Right, hello and welcome to the MatchDayVlogs YouTube channel. Right, Jack and I have noticed an influx of these Premier League predictions for the 2020-2021 season. So we thought we'd get involved because we also noticed that most of them have quite a few views. And
yeah, we're not above that. We know where we are.
Yeah.
It's all about views, and here we are.
This is a shameless fish for views on YouTube.
It's not original content, but it's damn good content, and I'll tell you that for free.
We haven't discussed this yet, have we?
No, I don't know how the format's going to be, but I've got a list in front of me of where I think people are going to finish, and I'm sure you've got a list.
I do.
Sure I don't think there's going to be many arguments.
Oh, it might be contentious. A few things in there that I think we might think. I'm sure, but that's the fun. That's the fun of it, isn't it?
That is the fun. Are we going to do 1, 2, 3 and both say where we think Southampton are going to finish?
No. Let's do it as it happens. Do it as it happens.
Do it.
But I will ask one question. It's the only question I'll ask you, Jack. Have you put Southampton winning the league?
I've put them.
No. Don't tell. So long as you haven't put them winning the league.
No, I wouldn't do it.
Okay, good. You're taking it seriously.
I've obviously put a quid on that on a Sky Bet app.
Obviously.
I do that every year.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm not going to put them first.
Okay,
That's
good.
for another list. That's
Good.
another list.
So this will be spot on then. This will be absolutely accurate. You can take this to the bank.
Yep. You can come back here in 2 years when they can finally finish the league after all the breaks and lockdowns, and I'll be right.
Yes,
We'll be right.
absolutely. And of course, if you're a fan of one of these clubs that we're reading off and you're in an unfavourable position, we are very sorry. This is just our subjective opinion of where we think the teams may finish in the league based on our humble knowledge of the football clubs participating in the Premier League season this season. Right, that's enough with waffle. Let's get started. Right, in position 20, how should we... I'll read my position 20 off and then you say yours, okay? Right.
Yep. Okay.
So in position 20, I am going for West Brom.
Wow.
Okay, and the reason why I'm going for West Brom is towards the end of the Championship season, it was so ridiculously tight. I think the top half of the Championship could have got into the playoffs towards the end of the season. So I just don't think there's a lot separating them, and I don't really see that much investment from West Brom. So that is why. How about you, Jack? Who's in 20th for you?
20 for me is Fulham.
Okay.
Because Fulham just don't like it in the Premier League. They try it and they don't like it, and we've seen them spend money, and it always ends the same way. Now, I'll openly say my bottom three can be rotated around probably.
Yeah,
but
me
when
too.
I look at the league, I'm like, Fulham ain't going to last, and they're the first one that I think, nope. So for me, I'm sorry, Fulham fans, but as much as I'm very much looking forward, if we can go to the away game, because nice ground.
Yeah, we should definitely go to that one. Right, so that is our 20th position. Right, moving on to position 19. I'm going for Fulham. For exactly the same reasons I said about West Brom, to be honest with you. So, yeah. How about you, 19?
Aston Villa.
Oh, really?
Yep, that's right. That's right, Villa fans. They barely survived last season by the skin of their teeth and a goal that definitely went in.
Yes,
That's
it's
how they
true.
survived it. And I don't see a difference. And every time you look at sort of like these sort of odds and ends for the season, it's what manager is going first, and everyone is looking at Villa. If your manager's already in question at the start of the season, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard, and they can't rely on Grealish all the time. And
no, they tried that last season. That didn't work.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't think it's gonna work out for them.
Oh, well, there we
I
go.
hope I'm wrong, because as everyone says, Villa's a good team to have in the league, but they've just survived it too many. They've survived that drop too many times without making adjustments. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
Interesting. Right, moving on. Position 18. This might be a contentious one. I have Brighton and Hove Albion. Can I give a reason for this? Just because I thought they were quite lucky last season. And although they did pull out some good results against some top teams as well, so which probably saved them, which they did the previous season as well. So yeah, that's my position 18. How about you, Jack?
West Brom.
Okay.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, they're going like I agree with everything you said. I feel the same. Like I said, my bottom three can kind of be rotated, but it's Charlie Adams. Charlie Adams doesn't belong in our league no more.
And sorry if Siri just kicked off on my phone over here, so I do apologise if that came across. That was who that person was. All right then. So we're on to position 17 now, aren't we?
Yep, 17.
17. I have gone for our opponents tomorrow, Crystal Palace.
Wow. Barely surviving, are they?
Well, I was watching a lot of their fan channels, and a lot of their fan channels are kind of not expecting much this season and would take survival. So I've given them that, but I have to say that run of form at the end of the season was pretty shocking. So that is my position 17.
Okay.
How about you, Jack?
Number 17 for me is Brighton Hove Albion.
Okay.
You know,
We're quite close here.
we you know, great minds, my friend, great minds. For me, Brighton and Hove, like you said, they are lucky to stay up. However, I think there's enough talent in the coaching staff and in the management and in the tactics. They can pick up wins. Look at what they did against Arsenal. They can pick up wins. They've got a team they've got no world beaters in their team. There's no one player that you like caught. But as a team, I think they'll just survive it, and that might give them the kick enough to maintain a little bit. But I think they'll survive, Brighton.
All right. Okay. Cool. Right. Moving on.
I do agree with you that if they go down, it's mainly because there's only one team in the south.
There is. South Coast is ours. Right. Moving on. Position 16. I have gone for Aston Villa. Because I just want them to survive.
Just want it. Just come on, guys. Just do it. Just survive. We've got quite like you. Just stay up.
Exactly. I mean, hearing where you put them where in position 18th, didn't you?
I put them 19th, but with the prefix that they could finish anywhere in the relegation zone.
Yeah. It's true.
Such a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Might not finish 19th. Might be 18th.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how confident I am of that. I just think they might hopefully learn from their mistakes of last season and just tighten things up a bit. And they pulled out some good results towards the end of the season and fought their way out of trouble, albeit still getting some luck with that goal line technology that failed. So
exactly.
So yeah. How about you? 16th.
So 16th, I'm going for another claret team. I'm going for West Ham.
Oh, okay.
Putting them pretty low down. It's David Moyes. Like, it's everything at that club is confusing, and I don't understand it. And they're a team that every time I look at them, I'm going, "What's going on there? Then what's happening?"
Yeah.
And, again, another team that I feel like are scrappy. You know, they're floating there anyway. Hopefully, another year of having to scrap again might kick somebody up the arse, make them do something, and just be a bit better. But yeah, West Ham for me in 16th.
All right. Okay, cool. We're kind of moving on to the areas of mid-table where a lot of these clubs are going to be quite happy to take the positions we're giving them. So moving on to position 15. Guess who I've got, Jack?
You got a 15th, my friend.
West Ham. For exactly the same reasons you've just said. So I'll just let that go, and we'll listen to your position 15. Who have you gone for a 15th?
Crystal Palace.
Oh, okay.
For the same reason, we're going to be saying this a lot. For
the
same reason you said. If someone said, again, they're a fledgling team. Roy's probably on the other end of his career now, and like when people say what managers do you think will make it to the end of the season? For me, it's Roy. Roy's got a really quite impressive squad at Crystal Palace. If he can get them to keep people to stay, everyone can stay. They're a pretty nifty side.
Yeah.
I think some fresh blood would really help them. I feel, in my mind, it's where Eddie Howe should go.
Okay.
In my mind's eye, and people again when they come back to this table and how correct we are, and when Eddie Howe takes over in January, we're going to look like geniuses. That's kind of what I feel Palace needs. That Palace needs, they're being average until something new comes. And they start to look good.
Yeah, okay. All right, fair enough. Right, moving on to position 14. I've got Newcastle. And why have I put Newcastle in 14th? Well, have they signed Callum Wilson from Bournemouth? Did that go through?
They signed Callum Wilson and Ryan Fraser, both.
Right. So they've done something, which is why I've put them in 14th. And you? Who have you got 14th?
14th, I've got Burnley.
Yeah,
this is kind of the part of the table where, again, you can sort of shuffle everything around, but for me, Burnley have had some really good seasons, and they've really kind of overachieved in some ways, and I'm starting to feel that they're getting a bit to the end of their rope, so this might be the season where they drop a bit lower and they start to, again, maybe start to crumble a little bit, but this is, I think, 14th is kind of where Burnley wouldn't mind ending up, do you know what I mean? It's Burnley.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, pretty much. And moving quickly on to my position 13, it's Burnley.
Hey, Mike, guess who I've got in 13th?
Who have we got in 13th? Is it Newcastle?
I've got Newcastle.
Oh, my goodness.
We're so good at this. Great minds, my friend.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. For the exact same reasons we've just said. So I'm lost now. Where up? Because I've said 13th Burnley and you said 13th Newcastle.
You're on 13. So Burnley, Newcastle, Burnley.
There we go. Right, moving on to position 12. I've got Leeds United.
Okay, I like that.
And I probably need to say something now to back up why I put them there. I just think everyone's talking so highly of Bielsa. He's kind of got to do something. And considering how much credit even other managers in the Premier League are giving him, I just can see it happening. So yeah, that's my position 12. And you?
My position 12 is Sheffield United. The great overachievers of last season. What tends to happen in our league? If a team comes up and they really smash it their first season, the next season they either go a place higher or they drop. And for me, Sheffield don't have the quality to go again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure. I've not really looked at their transfers. I don't know where they've improved or strengthened. I know their kit's quite nice, but I just don't think Billy Sharp's going to get him in the top half of the table for a second season.
No.
As much as we love Billy Sharp.
Yeah. Which is why I've put in 11th position Sheffield United. I promise you, we haven't discussed this previously, but naturally, these things are going to happen. So yeah, for exactly the same reasons you've just shared, I too think they'll experience a drop and finish in 11th. So for you, Jack, 11th.
11th for me. I've got a bit different for 11. I've gone for Leeds. Purely because Leeds are a big team, and I think this is their first season back in the Premier League, and I think they're really going to want to show why they're here and why they should have been missed. And I really think that Leeds are going to take off when fans are allowed back in the stadiums. They are probably the team I feel the most sorry for, that for the first game of the season that they won't have home fans in there. Yeah. I feel very, very sorry for the first team that has to play them at home when fans are back. That's going to be difficult. So it's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, Leeds for 11th for me.
Leeds for 11th. Well, okay, now we're moving into the top half of the table and position 10th. None of us has said our club yet. This is quite interesting. So in position 10th, I've got Everton. Ooh. Which would be an improvement on the previous season by one position.
They can quite cast it.
Yeah, because I don't see. I mean, they've bought. Was it James Rodriguez. Is it James Rodriguez they bought?
James Rodriguez. They've got James Rodriguez, but it's Ancelotti. It's whatever this little rebuild they're doing.
Yeah, I just don't think they're going to quite do anything particularly big. You know, it'll be stable and they'll get some good wins, but I just don't really see them pushing on past mid-table. I don't know. I could be wrong. So that is my position, 10th. I've gone for Everton. How about you, Jack?
Number 10 for me, I've gone for Leicester.
Ah, okay.
Now, it's a huge drop for Leicester. I get that. It's a massive drop. But how long can you rely on Jamie Vardy for?
Mm-hmm.
As amazing as he was last season, brilliant. And I know Pereira and Maddison, they've got some stuff. But there's too many variables in that team. If they don't have Vardy, who's scoring the goals, and what's Brendan Rodgers like when the struggle's really on?
Right.
It's a mix of those things, and I just feel like this could be the year where we see Leicester just dip it a little bit. Last season, everyone was sort of complaining that the league wasn't that great, wasn't that exciting because there were so many losses,
right? And
Leicester really benefit from that. For me, I feel like this season it's going to be more competitive in the league. I honestly think looking at all the teams, I honestly think it's going to be more competitive, and I think Leicester might struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, I've got another reason as well, but we'll get to that.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Well, for exactly the same reasons you've just given, I've put in position 9 Leicester. I too think they're going to drop down because, you know, the run of form that they had, the fact that they threw away a Champions League place was pretty shocking, really. And they just so really in the run of form that they had towards the end of the season, I can see them also dropping. But it just highlights what a fantastic start to the season they had the beginning of last season. Absolutely. So that is my position 9th. How about you, Jack?
For position number 9. I've gone for the mighty Southampton.
Oh.
I think we're going to crack the top 10. I think we're going to get in there. I don't think, I'm not... You know how I said 3-0 and Danny Ings as a hat-trick as my first...
I remember that.
This is me being conservative in my actual guessing. This is me being, right, where do you think we're going to finish? And I honestly think 9th place would be an amazing achievement for us. I think top half of the league... pushing and fighting for that European spot. If it gets into the season, Mike, and we're complaining that we didn't get into Europe, amazing. Do you know what I mean? If I'm sat there, the last game of the season, going, 3 more points and we could have maybe pushed for Europe, I'll be like, I can't believe it. I can't believe we're in that position, and then where are we going to go from there? Yeah. So, Southampton 9th. Also, that's why I put Leicester 10th, because I want to finish above Leicester more than anything. I want people to take that 9-0 and wash their mouths out with it. I don't want to hear about it no more.
It's done.
Finishing above them would really... If we could do a double over them and finish above them, people would be like, do you see what Southampton did? Do you see what Southampton did this year? Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm so excited about Southampton this season. I've watched a lot of these prediction videos.
Yeah.
Everyone has always said the same thing. How good Southampton were after the break. How excited they are to see where they're going forward. And it's like, I can't believe it. We're that team that people are kind of excited to see. Listen, you might not be, but we are exciting. And Danny Ings is coming for every single one of you.
He is. And but you say all those things, and you've only put them in 9th, so it's modest. You know why? Because I'm conservative. Yeah.
Being a good boy here, and you told me not to put them in first. So.
It's true. Yeah, fair enough. Right, in position 8. It's still not Southampton. I've gone for Wolves. Yeah, I'm going for it. So Wolves, pretty much from muchness from last season, really. So I don't really see much of a change. They've lost. Was it Doherty to Spurs? So bit of movement in their back line.
A slight moment of silence for that chap who got his Doherty top the day he got sold. I mean, prayers go out to you, my friend. That is, I hope the club are nice enough to exchange that for you, because that is heartbreaking.
I would certainly hope so. How about you, Jack? What have you gone for 8th?
I've also gone for Wolves.
Oh, okay.
Same things as you said. A continuation. I don't see them strengthening as much as I think they should have. And as much as I rate Traore in that front three, I think at the back they're shaky.
Yeah.
Although this is they don't do they have Europa this season? I can't remember if they've got Europe to go to this season.
I don't think they have.
Which if they do,
No, they don't, because Arsenal won the FA Cup, didn't they?
You're quite right. So
yeah.
The fact that they don't have Europe to think about, and Europe that might
that's a good point.
Bit where, that might boost them up. But for me, 8th.
Okay, 8th. And I'm kind of surprised that because there was a lot of interest in Traore, and I thought he might be on the move.
I'm amazed. No one's gone for him. I could see him in so many shirts.
Yeah.
Like I could see it. Liverpool, Bayern, Liverpool, anywhere would be lucky to have him. I think.
Yeah, that's a good shout. With his
baby oil arms.
Right. So in position 7th, I've still not. No, I'm joking. I've gone for Southampton. Yeah, you were getting really nervous then. I was actually going to put him in Champions League spot. No, yeah, 7th. I think.
7th.
I just thinking about the season's performance after that dreadful night at St Mary's, to get that many points, and if we can sort our home form out, really, that's not ridiculous to put them in 7th. So, yeah.
Like you say, if you were to put if our home form was just as good as our away form, it would be so exciting,
yeah.
And it would be there would be a completely different team. People would be putting some respect on the name,
yeah,
and it would be very exciting. And I hope to the dear Lordy above that you are right.
That would be fun. How about you, Jack? We're going for 7th.
For 7th, I've got Everton, who I completely forgot about last season. They had a non-starter ever since Coman went there. I've not rated them.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've been bad. I didn't like it. However, I really rate Ancelotti, and the fact they're signing James Rodriguez, and they've got this whole plan for their new stadium, and they've got all these ideas, and they're thinking big. I think Everton might be a team that people sleep on a little bit this season, and they're going to pick up. I think they're going to do decent. I think they're finally going to do the things that Everton think they should be doing.
Okay.
And they're just a tricky team, aren't they? Every time we play Everton, like we spoke about in lockdown,
yeah,
just hard to play against. I feel if they could bring that to every other team they play against, they could do something. So 7th for that.
All right. So in position 6th, I've got Tottenham. I've got nothing to say about Tottenham. So what's your position 6, Jack?
I've got Tottenham, and I don't really have much to say about it.
There we go. Right, jolly good. So yeah,
get them out.
That's enough. They got a series on Amazon. Go watch that. You learn all about them. Yeah. Moving on to position 5, Man United.
Top 5, mate. Here we go.
Top 5, yeah. Man United.
That's.
And again, I've not really got much to say because everyone knows what these clubs are about. But I just think where Man United finished, they looked very strong towards the end of the season. But they were just making hard work of stuff they shouldn't be making hard work of. So 5th. How about you?
5th for me, Arsenal.
Oh, okay.
I've put Arsenal a little bit lower. In my head, I do think Arsenal might finish higher. I honestly do think Arsenal might finish higher. But I also know Arsenal, and I know what will happen. What will happen is they'll finish 5th after we've all been like, Arsenal might finish top 3. They might do.
Yeah.
They might do something. Might be Champions League spot, and then they won't. That's what happens with Arsenal. And now that Troops has left Arsenal Fan TV and he's going to America, Aubameyang's not going to care anymore. So he's scoring goals. So I feel the drop off me there. But yeah, Arsenal for me after the Community Shield, I thought were really exciting.
Yeah.
It was like they beat Liverpool. It's quite a cool team. They got
beat
good
Chelsea.
Players. Cedric's going to tear up the wing, as we all know. We saw him do at St Mary's. And,
once upon a time, yeah.
Yeah, so Arsenal in 5th for me.
Well, that's interesting because in 4th position, I've got Arsenal for exactly those reasons. So I think I do think they're going to have a good season. But yeah, so 4th is Arsenal. How about you, Jack? Because it's about to get interesting after we go after this one.
4th for me is Manchester United.
Okay.
I think United have really starting to strengthen really well. Obviously, it all depends on whether they get Sancho or not. That will really start to change my mind's eye of everything. They're a really fun attacking team. It's starting to become a bit more interesting to watch Manchester United again because of the options going forward. I really rate Greenwood. Rashford's coming to it. Pogba coming back a bit stronger because Bruno Fernandes has made him play better. Van der Beek, they can get another defensive midfielder, maybe another centre back with Maguire. It could be a force, but then it sort of comes down to Ollie's tactics and management. And I honestly think Ollie has gotten better as a manager. I don't think he's gotten worse. I don't think he's maintained. I think he's actually gotten better as a manager.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they're just pit Arsenal to it.
Interesting. Alrighty. Right. Moving on to where it gets interesting.
Top three, my friend. Top three.
Right, here we go. Top three. In third position, Liverpool. Wow. You think they're going to drop that much? Yes, I do. I just don't think they've got the depth of squad that some of the other clubs I've put above them have put in place. And it's quite interesting that the other two clubs that neither of us have mentioned as yet. So yeah, it's interesting that our top three is exactly the same, but in whatever order it may be. So I've gone for Liverpool in position 3 because of their performances towards the end of the season. They really dropped off. They weren't winning every game. They were making their wins look quite difficult as well. So, yep, that's my position 3, Liverpool.
I like it.
How about you?
Well, my position 3 is Man City.
Ooh.
I personally think that this could be Pep's last season with City.
Okay, agreed. Yep.
I feel like, and I think there's a drop off. I think there's people are starting to see. Listen, he's not a fraud, but there's a bit of fraudulency to him as he's a well-beating manager, and you give him all this money, let him do what he wants, play football manager with no limits. He's going to do really well, but now he's in a league where people are going to start competing because they're sick of it, and the team that won it last year won it by being a better team than them.
Yeah.
And I just don't think City will be able to keep up, and I just think they drop off.
Wow.
If Aguero doesn't stay fit, I just don't see it,
and
I don't see him staying fit. And I mean, who have City picked up this summer?
Nathan Ake from Bournemouth.
Great. A relegated defender. Wicked.
Nice work.
Good top stuff there, guys. Wicked.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I just don't see it coming from him. So yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So the fact that I'm going to say my number 2 is going to give away my number 1, isn't it? So
I guess so. Yeah.
In a way, by deduction. So in position 2, I've gone for Manchester City.
Oh, okay.
For exactly the same reasons you said there. I think they'll be stronger this season, just because hopefully they would have learned from their mistakes. But yeah, pretty much matching the reasons you gave. How about you, Jack? Position 2.
I have gone for Chelsea, and the reasons being because they've spent an awful lot of money, and that's not how you win a league. Well, it is how you win a league. That's not how I want somebody to win the league. For me, everyone talking about Super Frank winning the league, and it'd be amazing. It would only be amazing because Frank Lampard won it. What he's done with it. Like, I was excited about Chelsea last season. I was like, okay, they got the transfer ban, so they're bringing this youth in, and they got Frank to bring in the youth. This could be really interesting.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they get money, it's spend, buy a whole new half a team. You're like, all right then. And because of that, and how much I hate that would be worse than City doing it. Like, it's Chelsea trying to prove that show off that, hey, we are a mega club and we're a mega power, which they are.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to have forgotten that a little bit, and they do have that kind of money, but I just don't think that spending that kind of money beats a good team, team that works together. I don't think you put that many new players into a squad and have it work straight away. Next season, maybe. This season, I don't see it happening straight away.
Yeah.
Look at Barca. Look what's happening over there with all those amazing players that they bought in. They're like it just doesn't. Buying just the best players doesn't work, in my mind.
Yeah.
Unless you're Man City. But even then, it didn't work. It took blooming ages for them to win it.
It did. That is true. Well, I'm going to disagree with you, Jack. I think Chelsea are winning the league. I put Chelsea in position 1 as points of deduction would have figured out that it's my only club left for me to name. And I don't know, I just think Frank did a lot with not a lot last season. And, you know, they had some woeful home results themselves. So
Terrible.
I kind of see them, you know, it's a bit similar to us really. We weren't very good at home, but, you know, pretty good away. And I just think they've invested in the right areas. You know, they definitely miss Eden Hazard last season. That was blatantly obvious. There was not a lot of creativity. Yeah. So, and with all the additions they put in, I think they've invested in the right areas as well. So, I have Chelsea winning the Premier League next season. And by point of deduction, I know who you've got winning the Premier League, and I'm a bit shocked, Jack, that you put them.
Right. Allow me to give you my.
Okay, go on then.
At this point,
you have the floor, my friend.
At this point, everyone, I'm no longer bitter about Liverpool, about taking all those Southampton players. I'm no longer bitter about it because people sell players, whatever. We can move on from that. I'm also not upset about the Liverpool fans going on about winning it, because let's be honest, have you really heard many Liverpool fans being braggadocious and big-headed in the way we all thought they would be if they won a title? Not really. They won it, and they won it well. And as a squad, as a team, I think they're just the best. There's a reason they've not really strengthened that much. Now, the risk is that they haven't gone out and bought lots and they haven't strengthened, and they might have that Blackburn effect or the Leicester effect of they didn't strengthen when they were strong. Going forward, what's it going to be like?
Jack, I'm going to stop you there. That was beautiful. You did a little backhanded comment there, and that was great. Those other teams that have only won the Premier League once just slipped their names in it. I spotted that. Sorry, carry on.
Don't worry, I'm all about slapping people with the back of the hand. So. So I honestly just I look at the squad. I was like, I don't see Mane dropping off. I don't see Salah dropping off. I think he's still fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Firmino maybe. They need a centre. They need someone in the middle of the park. Maybe they need another striker.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to say September they can do that. But everywhere else, Trent, great. Van Dijk, great. Alisson, great. I just don't they're all top of their game, and they're not faded away, and you've not seen. When they came back from the break, they had pretty much already won the league, and as soon as they won the league, they were like,
they're on the beers.
Who cares? We're on the beers. We've won the league, and what got to me more than anything, this is the main reason why I don't mind Liverpool winning the league. I was more annoyed by everyone else saying, well, they didn't win a treble. They didn't win it by this amount of points. They didn't win. It was like, but they won the league. They won the league. That's the point of this, is to win the league, and they've done it.
Yeah.
And people put asterisks on it. The only asterisk you could put on it is because it was COVID. You know, and I thought that'd be fun. You know, even I was like, it's the COVID league. They didn't really win it. But then everyone was like, oh, they did. You know, it was the worst. It was the worst league ever. Oh, they didn't win the treble. They could have. That's like they won it. And I was more annoyed by everyone saying they didn't do this, they didn't do that, than I was by actual Liverpool fans. That I kind of would like them to win it again, just to be like, we've done it again now, so argue it.
There we go.
I know that will anger a lot of our fans, a lot of Southampton fans, a lot of friends that will be very much annoyed, but I just think they're the best team going right now.
Yeah.
And by that, I don't just mean in England. I think maybe Europe. I know they got knocked out. But I think on the best days, I feel like they are the. I think they are the best.
Well, I think that Bayern side are pretty good.
Maybe Munich's better.
Yeah, maybe.
Munich's better. But for me, I just don't see people beating Liverpool at the top right now. I think it'll be closer. I don't think they'll storm it.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with you. I would say, in terms of not seeing any braggadocious Liverpool fans, we haven't seen any fans, Jack. This is COVID-19's year. We don't see any fans. So
you're not wrong, but but I do have social media, and I have a lot of Liverpool friends. And
Me
those
too.
Liverpool friends, let's say 2 seasons ago, I would see them posting Champions League highlights. I would see them posting pictures of Kenny Dalglish all the time. I've seen very humble posts, let's say, of I can't believe I've finally seen my team do this. I can't believe and for me as a football fan, not just a Southampton fan, but as a football fan, I'm like, I appreciate a story. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I would kind of like it. I think this is what will happen purely because I'm a football fan, and that's and I like people being put in their place a little bit, and I feel like haters need to put in their place, not achievers.
Yeah, true. Well, it would certainly be quite a statement for them to retain the Premier League title. I think that would truly be an impressive thing.
I like a statement, mate.
Yeah.
And let's be honest. Who would you rather win it out of, Liverpool, Chelsea, and City?
Well, my next door neighbour's a Chelsea fan, so
yeah,
it put him in a good mood.
My girlfriend is literally called Chelsea.
Now it all makes sense now, Jack.
So, yeah.
It's a future father-in-law to be thing, is it?
What, to make him angry? Yeah. Hey, Chris, team sucks.
There we go. Well, that is our Premier League predictions for the 2020-2021 season. I hope I can edit this in time for the beginning of the season, which kicks off in approximately 12 hours' time. I would plug the Dream Team again, but I'm assuming by the time you get this edited, it will be closed. Definitely. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. So yeah, that is our Premier League predictions for the 2020-2021 season. I'll put both our lists up here so you can see exactly how they compare. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and feel free to disagree with us, agree with us. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that, Jack. That was good.
It was good fun, wasn't it?
That's good fun. So, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will see you for the beginning of the season. Oh
my God, Mike! Do you know when the beginning of the season is? It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Oh my God!
Football's back. Right. We'll see you in the next one. All right. See ya.